The misconception that Emperor Palpatine's ability to conjure force storms in Dark Empire demonstrates his unparalleled strength in the Force stems from a misunderstanding of the technique and its true nature. While force storms are undeniably one of the most destructive and visually impressive abilities in the Star Wars expanded universe, their creation is not solely reliant on Palpatine's raw power. Instead, the ability hinges on an advanced understanding of dark side energies and manipulation of the environment, as described in the Book of Anger. This distinction reveals that the Force Storm is less about Palpatine's personal strength and more about his mastery of Sith sorcery, his attunement to the dark side, and his ability to exploit existing energy fields. Force storms are massive hyperspace rifts created through the manipulation of the dark side. These storms can tear apart entire fleets, annihilate planets, and serve as portals for interstellar travel. In Dark Empire, Palpatine is depicted summoning one of these storms, which devastates rebel forces and demonstrates the sheer scale of destruction the dark side can unleash. At first glance, this act appears to showcase Palpatine's immense power in the Force, suggesting that only someone with unparalleled strength could wield such a devastating ability. However, the Book of Anger, Palpatine's own writings on the dark side, provides a more nuanced perspective. Palpatine explains that force storms are created by channeling and focusing the raw, chaotic energies of the dark side that exist in the galaxy. These energies are not generated by the user, but are already present in the environment, making the technique more about manipulating external forces than drawing from one's internal power. This distinction is critical in understanding that force storms do not necessarily reflect Palpatine's personal strength, but rather his expertise in controlling and weaponizing the dark side. The dark side, as Palpatine describes, is an ever-present, boundless energy field that can be tapped into by those with the knowledge and will to do so. Unlike light side force techniques, which often draw from the user's inner connection to the Force, many dark side abilities rely on the corruption, exploitation, and manipulation of external energies. Force storms epitomize this principle, requiring the user to harness and amplify the chaotic forces of the dark side rather than simply channeling their own power. Palpatine's ability to summon a force storm, then, is less a testament to his raw strength in the Force and more a reflection of his mastery of Sith teachings and his deep understanding of the dark side's intricacies. His writings in the Book of Anger emphasize that such abilities are learned and refined through study and practice, not innate power. This underscores the fact that while Palpatine's knowledge and skill are unmatched, the Force storm itself is not an indicator of his personal strength. Palpatine's use of force storms also highlights his cunning and manipulation, traits that define his character throughout Star Wars. The ability to weaponize the dark side's latent energy demonstrates his skill in bending the galaxy's natural forces to his will. The technique showcases the volatile nature of the dark side and the dangers of relying on external energies. The misconception that force storms showcase Palpatine's unparalleled strength stems from the dramatic and catastrophic effects of the ability. It is easy to equate the scale of destruction with the power of the individual wielding it. However, the Book of Anger makes it clear that the technique relies on manipulating existing energies rather than generating them from one's own reserves. This distinction places Palpatine's achievement in the realm of skill, knowledge, and cunning rather than raw power. Furthermore, interpreting force storms as a measure of personal strength overlooks the collaborative nature of many Sith abilities. Sith rituals, alchemy, and sorcery often involve channeling and amplifying external energies, a practice that aligns with the creation of force storms. Palpatine's mastery of Sith alchemy and sorcery undoubtedly played a role in his ability to summon these storms, further emphasizing the importance of knowledge over strength. While Palpatine's ability to conjure force storms is undeniably impressive and showcases his deep connection to the dark side, it should not be viewed as a direct measure of his raw strength. Instead, it highlights his unparalleled mastery of Sith teachings, his cunning, and his willingness to push the boundaries of what is possible with the dark side. By exploiting the chaotic energies of the galaxy, Palpatine demonstrates the true nature of the Sith, a philosophy built on manipulation, control, and the bending of all things, including the Force itself, to one's will. This understanding adds depth to Palpatine's character and reminds us that true power in the Star Wars universe often lies not in brute strength but in knowledge, strategy, and the ability to manipulate forces far greater than oneself. The misconception that Force storms reflect Palpatine's strength in the Force overlooks the true nature of the ability as described in the Book of Anger. Rather than drawing on his personal reserves of power, Palpatine manipulates the vast, chaotic energies of the dark side that exist around him. This feat is a testament to his skill, cunning, and mastery of Sith teachings, but it does not make him omnipotent. By understanding Force storms as a manifestation of manipulation rather than strength, we gain a clearer picture of Palpatine's character and the philosophy of the Sith as a whole.